the Hornets. Yeah, that's the way that I've seen it for so many years, but not going in there and really trying to lift up, giving a hand up, hand out, whatever they can do to build up the communities and to bring some healing. Instead, it's just divisive, and that's a shame. And we need more black leaders to fill those gaps. Certainly, there's got to be others, and I know there is, that can get on the TV and articulate intelligently and make a difference. And there's so many stories that you never hear about those that work in the inner city with urban Americans and help build up those communities in meaningful ways where the church is making a difference too with programs that you never hear about, and they're the unsung heroes. And I know several ministries and organizations that do those very works every single day, and they get paid next to nothing to do the works that they do. And I tell you, it's commendable. My hat off to anybody that does that type of service, because that stuff's real, and they're right there in the community, seeing these things go down. Holding people that have had loved ones shot and killed, and it's like a war zone. And a lot of these cities, Baltimore and Chicago, where people are just constantly getting killed, it's unbelievable. This half hour is brought to you by 123 Ready TV. What is 123 Ready TV? Maybe you've heard me talk about it, but maybe you have not looked at it or considered it, but you should if you're looking to be entertained. If you like the latest movies at the movie theater and you haven't been able to catch up, and there's so many movies out there you'd like to see, but it's just too much money. Well, with 123 Ready TV, you don't have to worry about the price because it's just $19.99. That's right, $19.99. And why is it so cheap? Well, the internet's already streaming all this stuff. What 123 Ready TV does specifically is it finds it for you without commercials, and it's excellent quality. It's not, bad quality. It's perfect quality. It's quality that you'll enjoy on your PC or any of your Android devices, and you can watch it anytime you want. You just put the title in, and it finds it. It's just quick. So any of the old shows, any of the classic movies, it's there. Because the internet, it's already there. And you don't have to be an internet whiz. Some of you are just not very good with computers. The app does it all. You just type it in, you find it, or just click on movies. If you want to see it in action, best place to go is forthepeopleshow.com and click on the store page. There's a video. You can watch this thing in action and see it. What I've done is something that I probably should have done years ago, but the app wasn't available. 123 Ready TV is so good, I cut cable. I said, forget about paying the cable bills. Why should I do that? Now, I held on to my internet. So you have to have internet access, or maybe have an unlimited package on your phone where you don't get paid for, extra money out of pocket for data overages. But if you have an unlimited plan, then you can knock yourself out all day long. But if you don't have the unlimited plan on your cell, you got to make sure that you have Wi-Fi for this. But as long as you have internet access, 123 Ready TV will allow you to access tens of thousands of titles that have been in the movies before or in the movies right now, even before Redbox puts it out. 123 Ready TV, it's available for $19.99. It's available now. This morning, I had breakfast in Hyde Park, and that's a portion of Tampa. I had some coffee and some eggs, and people, a little conversation at the breakfast bar, and they were asking me, because they know what I do. And they were saying, what do you think about this Aaron Hernandez guy found dead? Well, I said I thought it was very interesting. And they said, well, what about the Bible verse? That's the big breaking news, the Bible verse that they found on his head. It was John 3:16. And it was, interesting enough, handwritten on his forehead and the wall, according to reports, and not just on his forehead, and perfectly. For God so loved the world that, God gave his only begotten Son, that whosoever believes in him shall not perish but have everlasting life. John 3:16 written on his head. How that happened, I have no, how he wrote it. It was on his forehead. Yeah, not his face. Yeah, right on his forehead, and you could read it legibly. I mean, perfectly. Who did that? It didn't look like he did it. They're gonna have to really examine this. They're doing forensics on the body, but the Bible was open. This was written on the wall, and nobody can quite say that they know that Hernandez really committed suicide. They say it's just so unlike him, and he was acquitted for this, double murder that he, acquitted. That's good news. In for a murder, and he said he wasn't guilty for it, but still was fighting for his innocence. And he was a huge star, fallen star, but unfortunately, Hernandez was 27 years old, died 5 days after a jury acquitted him in the 2012 shooting death of two men whom prosecutors alleged he gunned down after one accidentally spilled a drink on him at a Boston nightclub. But the Patriots, no immediate comment. And President Donald Trump made no mention of Hernandez at the White House home event. But he was a star indeed. Was a star tight end for the University of Florida, but was dropped to the fourth round of the NFL draft because of trouble in college that included a failed drug test in bar fight, and his name also had come up in an investigation in a shooting. Still, he was a productive tight end. He was a tight end for the Patriots for 3 seasons, and he caught 79 passes for 910 yards and 7 touchdowns in his second year to help the team reach the Super Bowl. So he's very valuable. And it's just a shame. Got involved with people. Well, some people have called him a thug. A lot of people just said that it was a bad apple. He definitely got himself in some trouble. And that's a shame. We definitely would like to make sure that justice is served, and hopefully they come to the bottom of this to find out if foul play was in order there. But definitely is a painful thing to see people crash and burn, so to speak, with people with so much promise. And you see it in newspapers every single day around the country where you have young people do something stupid, that one act of passion, that one crazy night out with your friends where you drank too much or you smoked something you shouldn't have and you did, and it just affected your brain, and the rest of your life is goodbye. And so much promise. And that's really the big thing that people are talking about today about Aaron Hernandez, how talented he was, how smart he was, and how many people really will miss him, will love him, and certainly his family will. But it's over for him. He is dead at 27, and I think it's just a reminder that our lives are precious, and we can certainly make a difference. But we have to be careful. That's why we have to tell our loved ones to be careful with who they actually associate with. One night out can ruin everything, or just being at the wrong place at the wrong time. Now I look back and I say, I'm glad that my parents told me, don't be out. I'm glad we had a curfew. I'm glad we were scared. Curfews are not a bad thing. Be home before 10 o'clock. Some of you say 8 o'clock. We'll be back right after this.
Help you survive this thing called life. We're for the people, for the people, for the people is there.
It's unlike anything you've ever been through in your life, man. I was driving. This kid threw a grenade at us and went right over our vehicle. It was 12 years old.
The shockwave went through my head, rattled up my brain, and left.
Danger is around you 360 degrees at all times, and you can't unlearn that.
It's impossible to describe the sacrifices these men and women have made to protect our freedoms. And the job of rebuilding their lives is massive and growing every day. Many will need the programs offered by the Wounded Warrior Project for years to come.
I didn't know what PTSD was. All I knew was I was having nightmares. And when I got released, my reintegration was go check in at the VA, man.
My first coping mechanism was use drugs. Just numb it. Don't feel anything.
I was angry. I'm trying to pull myself out of that right now.
Your gift today of $19 per month will honor and empower these veterans so they can aid and assist each other.
The Wounded Warrior Project is a life raft.
I can say this without question that I wouldn't be here today if it weren't for it.
Wounded Warrior Project is the first step, getting back out into the world and reforming yourself outside of the service.
Call or go online with a pledge of $19 a month. You'll receive this Wounded Warrior Project blanket, and your gift will provide critically needed programs that rebuild lives.
That was my first feeling of actually being a part of something bigger than myself again.
Well, I lost a few really close friends overseas, and if I quit, I'm going to let them down, and I'm not about to do that.
I'm learning to face my fears head on. To trust and see what happens at the end.
It's a long process, but I had the drive and desire.
Please, call or go online with your gift right now.
For the People is on the air for you Monday through Friday, giving you the information you need with the insight you deserve. Our mission is simple, to keep you informed without the jargon. We work hard to give you a quality program that makes a real difference in people's lives. Today, we're asking for your help. We would like to expand our on-air footprint throughout the U.S. Our goal of $5,000 will give us the ability to reach out to key decision makers and get us on more radio stations throughout the country. For the People is there for you daily. Will you help us reach our goal? $5,000 is our goal, and we can build this thing together. Let's get to work and grow For the People. Log on to forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. You love the show. Now it's your turn to give back. We are counting on our friends. Help For the People now by logging on to forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com. The internet is a big place, but 123 Ready TV has made it easy to start enjoying all of the current movies you enjoy and those movie classics. What if I told you that you could start streaming everything now and all the latest movies for just $19.99? And it's a one-time charge, not monthly. 123 Ready TV is a media app that you can have on your PC or your Android phone. You see, this app allows you to stream movies and TV shows, weather, and anything you already have on your PC or your phone or on the internet. Plus, no commercials. Find out why so many people are using this amazing media player. Start saving money and start enjoying all your favorite TV shows now and movies for just a one-time payment of $19.99. To get yours, go to forthepeopleshow.com. That's forthepeopleshow.com and click on the store page for your 123 Ready TV. And ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to For the People. Our website is forthepeopleshow.com. We appreciate you joining us. We have somebody that's, I think he's almost godlike. I don't know. He's been in radio probably longer than I. He's Wyatt Cox. He's a guy who has been doing radio in a magnificent way. I used to envy his delivery when he used to do the morning show, Morning in America. Was it something like that? I just love the show.
That was the show, and I will tell you that it certainly gives you an idea where our media has come. We were on 220 radio stations in the morning, and we just, myself and a gentleman by the name of Dave Hand, we had lots of fun. I loved when we had guests because then we would just go blah, 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 and it would go crazy. You probably remember the flap we stirred up when we had presidential candidate Pat Paulson on the show.
Oh, yeah. That was big.
He came on, and he was setting up to do a summer in Branson, Missouri, right in election year. I believe that was 96.
Yeah. And
he was going to do his whole thing there, United We Sit, at the theater in Branson. And then he tried to poke the show because he had on the bill with him Yakov Smirnoff.
Oh, yeah.
And he did a you remember this?
Oh, my goodness,
he did a comedy
crazy
bit saying, Yakov, he goes off at the middle of the night and, he has this radio set and we have no idea what he's doing. And it was all in fun.
Yeah.
We were carried at the time on
That's
a
it.
station in Sarasota, Florida, where Pat was going to appear. And, of course, Yakov had appeared there before. And we